What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the live stream, guys and girls. How's everyone doing? Let me get my camera on so you guys can see me here. How's everyone doing, man? Good to see everybody up in the chat tonight on Meet the Gamers. We have got the one and only Mad Doc, as most of you know him as Sheriff D'Angelo from SLRP. Appreciate you guys being here. He is linked to the very top of my description, guys. If y'all want to go show him some love on his channel, he is linked to the very top of the description. Matter of fact, let me get my phone out. We're only live on YouTube today, guys. As I have reverted back over to OBS, it just seems to run a lot better. And I need everyone to tell me if we are getting a 4K stream, as I'm going to start streaming in 4K. There is something I do need to talk to everyone about in the audience. And I'm thinking about just taking a break as a whole from live streaming. Not YouTube, just live streaming. I might only do live streaming like when Chris, until Chris and I finish our Gears franchise. I might live stream until then, and then I'll probably just take a complete break from it. I probably won't be live streaming Monday through Wednesday anymore. It'll probably just be Thursdays and Fridays, as I just want to make more content, as in videos, not live streams, but as in videos in general, like, you know, videos on CJ Farms, videos on criminal justice. I want to get those videos out there because I've watched my analytics, and I've been watching them over the past few years. And live streaming, believe it or not, guys, the only time live streaming really ever does anything for the channel in general is if I'm doing LSPFR. That's just flat out the truth. And what does most for the channel is videos, content, you know, recording, editing, uploading, you know, exporting, making thumbnails, like I said. That's what does things for the channel. And I always want to do what's best for the channel, which is what's best for you guys. So if the channel can grow more by doing videos, then that's what I want to do. If the channel can grow more by doing live stream, then that's what I want to do. Whatever helps the channel and whatever gives you guys wholesome entertainment is what I want to do. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to quit live streaming completely. I'll probably do LSPFR live streams maybe every Wednesday, maybe every other Wednesday, but it won't be a consistent live streaming schedule like I have been doing, like Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's just too much, and that's more hours I could be putting into making videos. With that said, let me get to the names to all my members first and foremost, to all the members in the chat. Appreciate you guys being here. Michael's up in the house. What's up, Michael? How you doing, man? Greg is up in here. Ingi V, what's going on, Ingi? How you doing? There's one of my Patreons as well. Dalton Mitchell is up in the house. Let me hit Dalton's button for him.
Get over here!
What's going on, Dalton? How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. Sixer up in the house. What's up, Sixer? Gilbert Gamer. What's up, Gilbert Gamer? Deputy Anderson. What's up, Deputy Anderson? How you doing, man? Good to see you. It's been a little bit since you've been here, but it's good to see you back. Mano Dog is up in the house, and Imperial Gamer. What's up, Imperial Gamer's up in the house?
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
I love your button, dude. NTK Hawk, what is going on, Hawk? How you doing, man? Good to see you up in the house, man. And there's my boy, King of COD right there. There's my boy Chris right there. What's going on, Chris? How you doing, man? And TOB Gaming up in the house. What's up, TOB? How you doing, man? I think I got everybody's name. Cole Stillings, what is up, man? You were new last stream. Good to see you back. Good to see you coming back, man. So tonight we're going to be on Meet the Gamers. Dark Lord, there's Terry is up in the house. What's up, Terry? How you doing, man? Almost missed your name. Almost missed you. And Gamertron and Matthew Coleman up in the house. But I just want to tell you guys that real quick, and that's something I'm going to be doing here probably starting this week, because I do want to put out more content for the Criminal Justice channel. Like patrols. I want to do more patrols and doing live stream and stuff like that, and being a full-time dad. I just don't have time to do it. And when I do a patrol, I want to be able to do it with Rockstar Editor, right? And Rockstar Editor, for you guys know, my last major Rockstar edit that I done took me like 21 hours to record, edit that video, and put it all together. It took me 21 hours. So it's a lot of time-consuming stuff. But with that said, guys, let's jump back over to the Discord. Mad Doc is in the house. Link down below at the top of my description, guys. Make sure you go show him some love. Are they muted and deafened, I guess? Oh, yeah, they are.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
They're doing their thing.
All right. If the game audio or anything is too loud, ladies and gentlemen, please let me know. It looks like it's picking just a tad bit, so I'm going to bring it down to about probably 4. That should do it. We got Mark on the show tonight, guys. Better known as Mad Doc to all of you, known as Sheriff D'Angelo, and the owner of SLRP. He is linked to the very top of my description, guys. As I said before, go show him some love. And you're growing pretty fast over there, right? Like you're growing pretty fast.
I mean, it's a lot faster than I ever could have expected, which I greatly appreciate. But it's this YouTube thing is all new to me. So
yeah, I was just watching your episode today where you were playing the chicken, because I've been meaning to go back and watch it, and I never had the chance to. So I went back and watched, and I caught the part where you were running across the interstate, I think by Geoffrey's car.
Yeah.
And man, you were having the time of your life. You were live. It was really funny. I wasn't there for that particular patrol, but I remember Geoffrey telling me about it, and I meant to go back and watch your end, because I watch everybody's perspective. When there's a patrol, I want to go back and watch your perspective, his perspective, and then if I've got one, I want to watch it from mine. So, it was funny to watch that scene you play as that chicken running across the street. It was really funny.
It's scenes like that I love. Like, and it's hard too, because now that I'm streaming it, so I have to kind of I don't want to give it away what I'm going to do, because I know that it's going to surprise other people. So I got to be careful of what I set up for, because I want to make sure that it surprises everybody and it's entertaining for everybody. So, but yeah, it's the chickens are, oh man, the chickens.
That was definitely entertaining, especially when, who was it that cuffed the chicken? Who was it that ended up cuffing the chicken?
Oh yeah. I don't know who magically did that one. That one was, that one was good. You're never going to ever be able to plan out scenes like that. You just got to just roll with them on improv and just kind of hope for the best. And then when things like that happen, then it just turns to pure gold.
Right. Yeah, I know that I think Geoffrey was actually on that call with whoever cuffed the chicken. Yeah, I think he was on the call, because it was at one of the little stores or the gas stations or whatnot. And I'm pretty sure, I think he was on that call. But man, that was, when that dude cuffed that chicken, that was so funny, because I watched that. I was like, I cannot believe he cuffed that chicken.
Yeah, that's GTA for you. The GTA mechanics sometimes just make me want to facepalm, but at the same other time, it creates those things where you just got to be like, okay,
right.
Let's roll with it.
Yeah, man. That's one of the best things about SRP, I think, is everything you just kind of got to roll with it. Like you said, improv is a lot when you're doing RP, and you can't really, I mean, you can plan out what you're going to do, especially as civilians. You can plan out what you're going to do, but when it comes down to the scene, there is a lot of improv there that people don't really see. They think everything is written and scripted, and it's not. Your character, he's scripted out. When you create a character, that's scripted out, how you want him to look, how you want him to sound. Right. But when you were on a scene, it is all improv. So I think that's one of the best things about it, man. So we
you can try to plan out as much as you can, but then all it takes is either one GTA just stupid moment or somebody doing something that you weren't expecting, and then now all of a sudden you have gone down 18 different paths, and I kind of look at that, I think it's funny because it's such a similarity in my job, where you can have plan A in my job, and then somehow you're going to end up not doing all the way till plan P, because all these little variables change. So it's all putting that together, even on the improv side for SLRP. So yeah, that's the cool part.
Does the GTA, these annoying fucking GTA updates, do these affect the server on the back end? We know as players we update our game, we can still launch into 5M and go. On the back end of it, does it affect GTA? Is there any coding that you have to change to?
There can be. It can affect it. It all depends on what they've screwed with.
So if it's a map mod or something, if it's a
so we have control of kind of what update we pump out to 5M. So I'm horrible with game version numbers, but we have kind of a control of what game version we put out there as to the 5M community for our members. But yeah, it can, because I've noticed that they'll GTA will tweak something little, and then sometimes it might look a little different in other people's perspectives. And honestly, the updates is what is the vein of my existence. I just wish everybody could just stop touching things and just let it sit for a while, because whether GTA updates, whether everybody, and I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to make things better. I mean, they're not trying to take it, but by trying to make things better, they're tanking it. So,
Yeah.
Right.
It's always like 3 steps back, 1 step forward, but we weren't where we were before, but we'll take another 3 steps back. And, like, it's just makes you just want to face palm sometimes. So,
Yeah, I've heard there's not going to be no more updates. I've heard the last one was the last one. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Like the last update that we had. Now, don't hold me to that because I don't want anybody coming back to my channel saying, "Oh, you told us that was the last one."
Too late, dude.
So I've heard that the last update was the last update that we're going to have. So hopefully, crossing our fingers because for LSP4 players, it is a pain in the dairy era. It's a really big pain.
Something?
No.
If you're over 30,000 subscribers and you say something like that, somebody's going to hold you to it.
bookmark it.
Somebody out there is next update that comes. Somebody out there is going to hit up your video and go, "Fuck you, CJ."
Well, that's what I just heard. I can't remember where I heard it from, but I heard it from somewhere.
Just slide that message to somebody like me with only 600 subs, so that I could say it. So that then it works out.
Yeah. Are there any more updates coming?
No, you heard it from me. There will be no more updates.
I don't remember who I was talking to. Somebody. I don't remember who I was talking to, but because I know that around this time, it's usually between the months of October and December that we have another big update, and it's usually a big one that really destroys our games.
They want to get that Christmas grab, you know?
And maybe they will, maybe they won't, but we can cross our fingers and hope to God that they don't. But I mean, the thing about it is all you got to do, man, is just follow these tons of videos that we put out every 4 to 6 months about how to back up your game, how to be prepared. If you do that, you don't have to worry about the updates. That's the thing. But, there's obviously going to be a handful of people out there that just don't take the time to do it. I don't know why.
Mark was unprepared, right, Mark?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that you saved my ass the last update, or it was a couple ago. It was like back whenever that one was.
It was 2 ago. It was 2 ago.
Yeah, it was. Well, now I do the process. Now I watch you guys' videos that actually do the process because I didn't realize like how it would affect like even things like map build mods or map builder mods or whatever, all the different stuff that I use to actually create stuff for the 5M side. I was like, I don't play single player. I don't play LSPDF5. I don't need to care about those things. I loaded up and I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
I can't do anything I want to do. And so, it was a eye-opening experience.
It pays off to back up those game files, man. It pays off. I've learned the hard way myself when I first started modding, I learned from Benzo. I watched Benzo. So, and I remember the very first update, I just wasn't too educated on how everything worked. And I remember him saying, guys, back up your game. And I was like, what does that even mean? So, and I think he did a video, and I'm sure he did, but I didn't back up my game. And, man, I was stuck for, I think it was like a week not playing LSP, which I'm fine with that. I'm open-minded to different genres of game. I don't play just LSP4. I play all kinds of games. People can go back and look at my channel and see that I play all kinds of different games. So if my LSP4 goes down, I'm perfectly okay with it. But there are some folks out there that just go bombard your channel, when LSP4 is not working. Like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Like, just play something else, man. If you didn't back it up, just play something else.
Well, that's the thing. Like, if you're busy and all in life, and you may not follow these update tracks as much as like somebody like me. Like, I may be at work for a whole week, not realize the update's coming out. You load up, and you're like, crap.
Right.
It could catch you off guard for sure.
It does suck when you really want to play though, and you can't.
Right.
Like right now, I'm in that as a constant LSPDFR GTA 5 content creator. You get these moments where you're like, I could not play for like a week and be totally fucking fine with it, And then you got other times where you're just like, man, I cannot wait to get home from work and just go on a patrol, record, and just have fun with it. Right now, I'm kind of like in the in-between. Like, I know I got to put out a video tonight. It's just, I'm waiting for a good tutorial. Although I did get one from Hash. Hash did give me one. The airplane, Lauren, is for Mark. Mark is a pilot.
I haven't seen nothing new on LSPFR, to be honest about it.
Yeah. There's not much out there. I do know Police Menu was updated for the 38th time.
Version 112. I think that's the last time he's going to update it. It's got a drug-alizer with it too.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
See, I've been waiting now to install mods because you install a mod and you get the INI right, and then it's like, oh, it's been updated, and you're like, okay, all right, cool, and then you reinstall.
Welcome to 5M building.
Oh my gosh, man.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, there's Jess. What's up, Jess? How you doing?
There's some new call-outs that just got updated, I think, called My Call-outs. Those have been around for a while, right? Right? Hasn't My Call-outs? No, it said it was... No. It was published 2 hours ago. These are brand new. And they've got some
we'll
cool...
bump them down a little bit.
They've got some cool call-outs in abduction, illegal car meet, armed pursuit, shootout, which is some of the same stuff that we have in our other call-outs, but still, some of them are different scenarios and different.
Yeah, different locations and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick Mark. Pick a number 1 through 10.
Oh boy.
Pick wisely.
4.
Number 4. So, somebody sent me some questions to just ask you throughout the show. They're good. You know, we've pre-screened them, right? What is your penis size? No,
Wait.
Whoa.
No.
Somebody get my publicist.
This is bullshit. What air traffic control area do you normally work? Is it SoCal?
No, it's so I work in Central Valley of California.
For those that don't know what you do, explain first if you want to.
So I'm an air traffic controller. That's where I make the the side money besides YouTube.
He makes sure planes don't do this.
yeah, that's the goal. That's the overriding goal there. So what I work is we work at an up-down facility, so it's kind of unique. A lot of air traffic controllers, there are usually either in 3 different type of locations.
Hey, what's up?
In the center, which is en route. Which
Sentinel,
controls,
how
like,
you doing, man? I sitting over the house. What's up, man? Another one of my members right there. Let me hit those buttons for you, brother.
You're either in a Tracon, which controls your approaches and departures, which usually controls somewhere between 15,000 feet to the ground. And then there's a tower, which obviously clears guys to land, take off, move planes around the airport, that kind of stuff within the vicinity of an airport. Our facility is a little unique.
1200 Martin, another one of my members right there. What's up, man, Martin?
One day I could be working the tower, the next day I could be working.
What's up, Chris? How you doing, man? There's my boy King of COD right there.
Clear guys to land, clear guys to take off. The next day,
Deputy Anderson, haven't you been here before, man? Like, weren't you here like
those kind of things?
You've been around the community for a long time, right? Deputy Anderson?
Like they don't have the same responsibilities.
Your name looks so familiar, bro.
Yeah, so
like I thought if you're in the tower, you're watching both. You're looking at the radar and you're looking out the.
Usually you have a radar that's kind of, we call the extension of the eyes, but you're not working very high. You're working usually only to about 2,000 feet. You're working very close knit to the airport. The guys that are working the radar facility, those guys are working vast areas. They're even controlling airports that don't have a tower. In regards to allowing guys that are instrument pilots to go in and out of those airports.
That's what I thought. That's where I've seen you.
It can really be a challenging thing.
I got you, man.
Usually,
I knew I seen
the history has been that at our facility, where the trainee struggles the most is in the radar. That's where most of the struggles are. We have people that struggle in the tower. They're in the training process too, but the radar has a completely different set of rules than what the tower does. So for my job, it's a little bit unique. I have to know tower rules and I have to know radar rules, and then separate those on a moment's notice. On our overnight shifts, so I work overnight shifts too, as our facility is 24 hours. On the overnight shifts, we work both at the same time sometimes. I'll work tower and radar at the same time.
Yeah. You ever watch Breaking Bad?
I actually
we
just watched it this last 2 weeks, and I saw that episode.
Did you say it? Did you feel for that guy? Like, did you feel for him?
I'm not gonna lie. Like, that episode kind of messed me up a little bit for a couple days. Like, I had kind of some weird dreams from even just seeing that, like, alone. Like, that was just like, I don't know. It's still even. Yeah, I didn't watch it all until then. So
it's a pretty serious scene, though, man. I mean, for what that guy went through. But that's what you do. You're sitting there and you're just constantly shooting off directions to these different airplanes. I actually have this YouTube short. I don't know where it came from, but all it is air traffic controllers to pilots. And some of them are the funniest fucking things you will ever. And then some of them are like, you're an asshole. Like, no, you're like pilots and air traffic controllers just talking shit to each other. Does that happen? Like, that really happens?
Oh yeah. So like that's a thing. Especially like, so, if you've been to something that I like try to pride myself on is I try to develop relationships with the pilots that are based in the area. And as well as if you're a pilot that you fly in and out of there, you start to learn voices. At the beginning, when you fly somewhere, you don't know voices. But then when you start, like, maybe one guy keeps, hooking you up and giving you good service, you might remember his voice. Bad service, you might remember his voice. So, like, it becomes one of those things. And if it's one of my pilot buddies, we'll joke on the radio here and there with slight jokes. But I've had my share of interesting pilot interactions, we'll say the least. There's a unwritten rule of a certain thing that you could say that is really simple when you think about it. Like you would say it normally, like in a normal passing conversation, but to us, it is like a stab in the back. And that I'll just put it here is, if you ever, so like we ship guys from different frequencies to different frequencies. So, you'll be like contact approach 119.6, those kind of things. And then normally pilots will say like, have a good day. I'll say have a great day. That's kind of my slogan. Is have a great day, contact approach 19.6 and stuff like that. And if you hear the see you next time part, that's kind of the, like,
hey, what's going on? Gamer Rhino's up in the house. What's up, Rhino? How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man.
And you probably could guess what that.
It's Brady's up in the house. You are new. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome.
Yeah. So,
you are new. Welcome,
Patrol.
Welcome, Brady.
You're like, what King 21?
What's up, Gamer Rhino? How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man.
10:41, 10:07, 10:42. See you next time.
But yeah, that's kind of the like. That's the. Screw you response from a pilot that can give a controller. So every time, and pilots will say that by accident too, and it's so funny when they realize what they've said and they didn't actually mean it, because you might hear them go, all right, we'll see you next time. I mean, have a great day, or something like that. Like they'll realize but they're really being sincere when they're just like, hey, we're going to be back here in like 3 hours. We'll see you on the next one. But they don't realize, and then they might realize, or like their co-pilot might go, why did you just tell them that? Like, and then that kind of a thing. So it's always entertaining when that happens. Is that
just for you, or you said that's an unspoken thing of all air traffic?
Yeah, across that's like the yeah.
I'm gonna be waiting to see that now, because like I said, these shorts come through my feed, and it's an air traffic channel that just comes through my YouTube shorts, and I'm gonna be watching for that.
Comes through your shorts. That's interesting. Okay. But
again and again. And again.
So I have a question about your job. How much schooling would you typically have to go through for something like that, and training and all that?
It depends really on what avenue you kind of get into this field. There's so many different ways now to get into the job. So number one is you could just go to the military, and if you're an air traffic controller in the military, then you could actually apply once you get out as a previous experience to the FAA and get picked up directly to a facility. So the schooling there is minimal, I would say, for that. You could do what I did, as I got a college degree in air traffic control. And then I applied, got picked up, waited 3 years on a tentative offer letter, finally got my facility, went to Oklahoma City for 6+ months, went to the facility. You get a lot of your training actually is at the facility. It can take up to 2-3 years. I mean, depends on the facility and everything to be a fully certified controller once you're training on the job. So that's the biggest hurdle for a lot of people, is on the job training. There's Oklahoma City, which is the main academy. Everybody will go through that at some point in their career usually. And that can range anywhere from 6 months to a year.
Wow.
But yeah, it's a process. I mean, hey, it's, we take safety to a very high level. So,
thank you. I mean, I don't fly, but thank you.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things like, when I tell people that it's like, hey, would you rather me say it took, 4 weeks of training to get my certification, or would you rather me hear it says 2 to 3+ years even at the facility you're at? And that's just even transferring. So like if you go to another facility, I have to re-enter training at that facility and relearn everything there again. So it's a process. You just can't just plug and play from one place to the next. You still have to go through training.
Wow. So, that's pretty intense, man. Sounds like a lot.
Oh yeah. I mean, when you have lives literally in your hands.
We don't like to think of it that way, but yes.
Well, now next time you go to work, you're gonna be like, Jesus Christ, I've got all these lives in my hands.
Just sitting there, just going, "Woosah, woosah."
Yeah. Oh my gosh. How did you get your? I ask everybody, and I think you've told me before.
Yeah.
But for the viewers, how did you come up with your name, Mad Doc?
So it really became it was a name that I was called throughout my life because of my initials. My name's initials are MD. So I've had Mad Doc was something. It's either Mad Doc or Mad Dog was something that always was prevalent. And then when I was going through through a law enforcement academy, they stuck with that. They yelled
what
out
up, Ben? The gamers up in the house.
And then
hey, thank you, Gamer Rhino. I'm glad you like the PC, brother.
It's graduated to Mad Dog.
I'm doing good, Rhino. I'm doing good, man.
For aircraft
glad you like
types,
the PC, man. I'm glad you like it, dude.
I was like, hey, let's roll with it.
It's pretty dope, man. It's pretty dope.
It's catchy.
Yeah, it works.
Definitely gets the job done, dude.
It does the job. It does the job.
It sounds like the name of somebody that would perform underground surgeries.
Yeah. We don't want to talk about my other side job, but hey,
your other side.
If you ever need a kidney, I've got you.
Oh my gosh.
He's got his own card. It's just all black. That's your ticket to get into the surgical room. Oh my god. Pick another number.
All
other
right.
than 4, 1 through 10. Other than 4.
Can I do 7.5?
7.5. Then that means I get to pick out of 7 and 8.
Yeah, there you
go. What is the most aggravating part of SLRP?
The aggravating, like, as from my side, or from like
any aspect, like what is it that just every time it occurs or you have to deal with it?
Every time you wreck a car, Geoffrey, that's the most aggravating side for him.
Where's my rim shot? That's a rim shot right there.
Right in the shorts.
Oh man, I need to go see the Mad Doc in the burn unit.
I mean, there's several things that are aggravating. I mean, it's not all roses, I'll say that. But I think the most thing that I find that's aggravating is the updates. I mean, I'll be honest, that part's the stupidest part, is that like everybody has lives, right? There's no there, and that we always say that our membership and everything, we understand everybody has lives and has other things, other responsibilities, other things. So we don't expect you to be on every night. We don't, even from somebody like me, I've not been the most active lately just because of everything that's been going on in my life. And, it's always sucky when you know that an update has happened and now that broke everything for somebody. So then that forces me to now, double time it in, and, whether it be 1 a.m, I get home and I have to, open the server and fix something or do whatever be the case like that. I will say our staff does a fantastic job of minimizing those situations that are outside or that are within their control. But sometimes there's certain server things that it is what it is. But that's
you do have a good staff backing you up. You do have a
good
staff.
The COC of SLRP and even there's members, even the members that take it upon themselves to police themselves with other members, and if they have friends to bring them in and hey, you can't do that or whatever be the case, and help guide everybody. The community by far, I mean, is hands down, in my personal opinion, it's awesome to just see, because we never wanted to be somebody that would have to always be like just like the Charlie Brown type of thing, and for the most part, we could sit there and we could have adult conversations, mature conversations with somebody and be like, hey, look, this is really what we're trying to get. We need your help to do that, and what you're doing here maybe is not within those things. And everybody is super receptive, and I think that's the best part, is seeing if we're talking about the most aggravating, the most rewarding part is seeing everybody have fun. I mean, that's what we built the server for. We didn't build it to boost a YouTube channel, to make content, to do any of that kind of stuff. We literally built it on the premise of, we want to have fun, and we want to role play, and we want to escape the day-to-day bullshit that is in our lives and come on a video game and just relax. And I think that's the most rewarding is seeing people laugh I mean, me personally, I know it's frowned upon, but I absolutely love it when I can make somebody in role play laugh. Like out of character. Like if I do something where I
Hey, what's up, Rabbit? Caleb up in the house. What's going on, guys? How y'all doing, man? Good to see you.
It's kind of my
y'all being here, man.
I've done it.
Appreciate y'all being here, man.
I broke that character, and I have made them.
Thank you, Deputy
have
Anderson.
to stop
Appreciate
talking
that, man.
to
I'm
laugh
glad
for
you,
a second.
I'm glad you like it, man. If I could turn my camera right now and zoom in for you, I would, man.
Yeah, no, you've gotten me many times. Yeah, you've gotten me many times. I mean, it's hard. It's.
I need to do a walk around tour of my
viewers, man. People love seeing
let me get
the
a little clearer for you,
interaction
man.
with the sheriff. You know, they
I've got to zoom up,
seeing that interaction. And yeah, you have
I can zoom the camera in and out. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
that.
The mustache is new. He's growing it out, right? He's letting that grow out a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, that's honestly that's what drove me to kind of make the channel too, is to have some fun and show somebody, if somebody wanted to come in and see
there
it
you go.
from
Now you can see it a little
the
better,
other's
man.
perspective. Just like CJ was talking at the very beginning about how you can see it from everybody's perspectives, and I think that's the best part. Like is seeing everything from like, oh, what was the Civ's reaction?
I'm good. What's up, Newman Gaming? What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Seeing all the different angles.
I'm good, Rabbit. How are you, man? Ivan
Mendoza.
Mendoza. What is up, man?
And I think that's the best part.
To see you again.
So
coming back to SORP, I'm in SORP. I just haven't been there for a while.
I might
pop in for a little bit tonight.
How you doing?
Trooper Ducky coming through, man. Flexing that 2-month membership, 2 months already. Hey, appreciate you, man. Let me hit those buttons for you, brother. Thank you, Trooper Ducky, for that 2-month membership, man. Really appreciate you, brother. He said, "Oh, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that, brother."
From the point of view of somebody who's in LEO.
Thank you, Deputy Anderson. I appreciate that. I'm glad you like
41
it. Yeah, if I could, man, I'd turn my camera and like
zoom it
in for you so you can see like everything.
This is the next best thing. Like almost quite literally, the next best thing is police simulation. I can't go out and be a cop right now. I have no interest in going out and being a security guard or anything like that, armed security or whatever. To me, this is literally the next best thing.
Yep.
It just is. It just is. So, it was always everybody knows that was my main goal. My main fucking reason for getting a PC
for day one.
From day one was because I was watching, won't say who I was really watching, won't say his name, but Bay Area Bugs, and I barely watched Jeff. I watched Bay Area Bugs and the other guy.
I watched Bugs more than I did anything because he was his voice. I always liked his voice, man. His voice was like very, I don't know. It's just like his voice just drew you to his videos, the way he talked.
He had that voice for it, and just seeing them on the 5M servers, just role playing out their shit, and it just that's what got me into it. What's up, Passenger Escobar? What's up, brother?
Oh boy, not him.
Yep, he's here. He says I could teach you how to fly. He could. He's
pilots drool, controllers rule. Just throwing that out there.
Pilots drool, controllers rule. Well, you're both.
Well,
you rule.
That's true. Oh, hey, that's how we roll. hey, we don't have that chemistry for no reason, right?
That's right. Yeah, Griffin says he drools and rules, right? So yeah, Mark flies too.
Yeah. On the side,
you own your own plane, and it's a nice plane. What's up, Uncle Scott? He said, "What's up, Bangle?"
It does the job. It's not the fastest thing in the world. Like I joke with people, I go at the speed of smell. So it works. So, but yeah, it's this little single engine prop plane. But yeah, I just have trying to get more ratings so I could fly faster, better stuff. But it's the process.
Yeah. Oh, I thought.
What is it, boo?
Okay. I think. What's up, Salon Guy? How you doing, man? For those that don't know, Passenger Escobar, Brian, he literally lives like 10 minutes away from me, and he teaches at my local airport, and
Gotta go up with him, man.
Yeah.
Who does?
Gotta go
Who does,
up.
Jeffrey?
Brian, at Passenger Escobar.
Oh, he teaches at your airport.
At the airport. Yep.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
He's
I want to see a real time reaction when Brian takes you on a steep turn.
That's what he just told me. He said, I'm trying to get you up there. That's what I know he'll do, man. Like, I feel like I'll go up there and I'll be recording and he's just going to be like, all right, or do one of those, he's flying. All of a sudden he just does
0 G.
to see his head
Watch your pencil go up in the air.
Jesus. Clark's per needle during.
What's up, Ben? How you doing? I'm good, man. How
What
are you,
happened?
Ben? How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
know.
Support team doing great. That's good to hear, Anderson. I'm glad to hear about that, man.
Oh,
No.
during MTG sacrilege, he says, I got it now. Ben the Gamer, what's going on, man? You want me to pick another question? You guys got a question for him?
How'd I get this sexy? Just how'd I get this
lucky.
sexy?
Because I got high.
Because I got high. Because I got
Well,
high.
I haven't heard that in a while.
I only play like 5 seconds of it, and I got copyrighted strikes, so I don't play it anymore on my.
Seriously?
Really?
Yeah,
Did you
know,
really?
5 seconds of it. Yeah, 5 seconds of it, and copyright strikes.
They copyright claimed you?
Yeah. Some songs, some sounds, dude. You don't have to go above that 11-second threshold. Some sounds you could just play 5 seconds of it, and they'll hit you. I don't know if there's different levels of copyright security. Like I don't know. Maybe that one's just like 100% copyrighted protected, where you can't even you can't play so much as 3 words of it. Cooks, how about you pick a number, Cooks? Between 1 and 10, but not 4 and not 8.
How about 2?
2.
That's because he's second best.
We'll
You see
start
that?
That's.
Why is it called Silver Lining Roleplay? Where did the name come from?
Ooh, that's a good
Oh
one.
man!
He's got some good questions on here. That's why I'm so excited to ask him.
That is a good one.
So we sat there for names. So obviously, you have Pacific Pig and Harrison, also founders for Silver Lining Roleplay. We sat there looking at names for, I don't know. We kept throwing different things to a wall, seeing what would stick. And then for us, we had been in previous 5M communities, and the role playing was kind of like that one thing that got us out of our shell and where we could just kind of relax and have fun. So for us, the role play aspect was a silver lining. So like what we kind of looked at it as, hey, this community is going to be our silver lining. And so that's where Silver Lining Roleplay came from. So we were like, let's roll with it.
You thought of it? Were you all together? Like, what should it be? What should the name be?
Yeah.
Was it one of you that was like?
I want to say it was Pig.
Was it Pig?
I could be wrong. I don't remember. I've drank since then. And there were definitely nights that we were making the server that I was intoxicated because that was during that when we were making the server. That was in the heat of COVID. That was heat
Everybody's
of COVID.
stuck in their fucking house.
Everybody was stuck at their house. I was on so many days off, like because we did a special thing where we were trying to avoid, if you want to call it the word contamination or spreading it within our crews. So like we got put on special crews that had certain rotation of days off so that we always worked with the same individuals. So that, for example, if crew C went down, then crew A could come in and still do the job. I was on so many days off for an extended period of time. And so it was, it was party up.
Hell yeah. That's not bad, just
I missed
chilling
it.
out.
I missed it. I'm not gonna lie.
Just chilling out, drinking, thinking of the next best thing. Jasmine says, Jeffrey, can you say hi to Mark, please? No. I'm just joking.
Bye.
Hi, Mark. yeah.
Howdy.
Who deleted the porn? Who deleted Chat 69?
Oh yeah,
Hashtag.
Come on, leave that up. Send it to me,
Mark.
please.
They came from Mark.
I spent a lot of money on that bot. That's where all my overtime goes.
It wasn't cheap. I'm telling you, passenger. I was talking to my wife about it. I was talking to her about it. She's flown. She doesn't mind it. He says I'm doing my job. Damn it. Last night was a pretty crazy night. Hash got off just in time before Benjamin just wreaked all sorts of fucking havoc, and then ended the night as a bear. Wait, the bear wasn't Benjamin. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, you watched the end of my stream, and there was this bear just walking on two legs down by the beach, by the water, and none of us saw it. It was FD that came up to me and was like, "There's a bear down there or something walking, and it looks like a bear." And I was like, "What?" And then
Ben just forgot to shave. That's all.
yeah, I went over there, and there was this fucking bear. So we walked down, and we were like, "Hey, buddy, how you doing?" He was just like, "Grr." That's all he kept saying. It was just grr. And I was like, "Oh my god, I died." It's not Sasquatch.
We heard you were
it's
into bears in a
Sasquatch.
different kind of way. That's all.
Oh my, yeah, right. I'm the bear. Jesus. Oh,
and
man.
canceled right there.
And
Canceled.
that's it. Yep, demonetized. Right
I won't
there.
forget I won't forget the time where I think it was Dangle and Mark. I forget what your character's name was.
Johnny Walker.
the army guy. Yeah,
With
Mr.
an
Walker.
IE.
Yeah.
Pussy why?
That was an awesome scene on Route 68. I will say. When
Oh,
you
with the
guys
Sam Squanch.
like fired,
With the big feet.
Yeah, with the Sam Squanch. Yeah.
He had the big feet. Yeah, Dangle is a big fan of Johnny Walker. He's fucking American, man. He's
Yeah.
any guy that has guns and super fucking American, that's Dangle's kind of guy, man. Like that's
America.
yeah. I love it. I love letting my inner Dangle out, in those episodes.
Whoa.
My God.
PG. Jeez. Come on, man. We really are
Sorry.
going for the
Yeah,
cancel.
that did come out. That did come out pretty bad.
Dangle
Sorry,
and
JT.
bears.
Say everybody, I'm sorry. Oh man, something is dangling. All right, that's damn right, Griffin.
He wishes.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. Oh man, that's too funny right there. Q, how about you? Pick a number, Q. Just not 2, 4, or 8.
You have to
10.
start like
10.
Like writing them down.
How about 10?
Which one?
10.
10. What type of computer setup do you run?
That's a good question. That's like the hardest question that I will say that that's like because I don't know shit about computers. Like,
Yeah, me
so
neither.
So like that's why like I have to have like friends from work come over, and then like I have to like bribe them with alcohol and stuff to like help me set up things. But
Hey, while you're here, dude.
yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
But I don't lie about it. I'm like, hey buddy, can you come over? I really need this installed, but I'll hook you up, kind of a thing. But well, I am running that wonderful 2070 card thanks to Matt
Oh,
Griffin
that's
and
right.
Nice,
thanks to
man.
Aaron. Yeah, Aaron and Matt Griffin. Yeah, thanks again for all that. That's been the biggest game changer for me is when doing the streams and stuff where I'm not having the massive computer just panic attacks. But I run on was it the i7? I've got 64 gigs of RAM. But one of my other, again, the whole buddy come over thing, he installed a crap load of fans recently with this 2070 card, and that's been a huge game changer too.
Makes a world of a difference, man.
Yeah,
I've got
But
13 of them. Fucking love it. 13.
I started with
on push
I
pull.
have an iBuy computer or whatever, so I did the whole random thing of go to the store and buy something, that was already kind of set up. The
That's the
iBuy
cool thing
Power
about
or whatever.
PCs, though, is you can buy one off the shelf and then just start
Yeah,
swapping parts and
right.
making it 20 times better. Yes, he cooks is pointing towards, but you don't
That's what I
use
did
that
with
one,
that
cooks, right? That one's.
No, I still need to get a capture card to make that one the streaming one.
Oh, okay.
Is
What's
yours
up, Pig?
liquid
Pig's up in
cooled?
the house.
Cookies, is it liquid cooled?
No, it's not. It's still air cooled.
Oh,
Liquid cooled is pretty.
That's the way to
it's
go.
Disgusted. Did you
that's.
see-
I didn't mean for it to
Mine's
come out
liquid
like
cool.
that.
Can I join the kids club now? I'd like to join.
I
the
didn't
Liquid
mean for it to
Club.
sound like that, but no, it is better to
said,
do liquid
"Oh."
cold. Yeah, it's better to do it liquid cold.
Cookies, you've been replaced, just like that, gone.
Welcome your new host with an air cooled water cooled PC.
That's part of the requirements.
If this
I
thing
remember
back
when-
here was air cooled, it'd catch catch fire. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
it would burn.
Same with
it would
this,
burn
I'm telling
because
you.
it's just
Prove it.
no, paid too much for it.
I remember when I was buying mine, and what's up, Gamertron? I remember when I was buying mine, everybody was like, "Don't you dare go water cooled and this and that." And I'm watching other videos of these people that have hundreds of thousands of subscribers and videos, and they're like, "No, water cooled is like that's the fucking like a lot of these water coolers have like the one I bought is an anti-leak, so if it did bust open, it's got like some valve thing in there, like it might spray a little bit, but it's got like the safety valve or whatever in it that would prevent it from like just completely
Sounds like a personal problem too.
flooding. Yeah, I need a few of those safety valves. It's got a speaker.
Do you got the actual water in yours, Jeffrey? You got the actual water tank in yours, or no?
I think so.
Do
like
you?
Not like I can't see it.
Right.
Like, I
Because
don't-
they got
yeah,
some that's
like-
got like the water tanks in them, like the round water tanks,
Right.
the square ones.
I've got I got a like this little red circle right there. That's my
CPU.
water cooler.
Oh,
And
is it?
It's got like a chrome. It's almost like a see-through chrome, where you can see the water. I mean, you can't see it on camera, but if I look at it, you can see the water shooting through it. It's pretty cool.
Is your tempered glass, is it tinted, or is it just the way it
Yeah,
looks?
it's tinted. That's why I added the light inside there, because you really can't see much in it because it's tinted. I wish I'd have known it was tinted when I bought it, but
Yeah.
it wasn't supposed to be tinted.
That's
bought
why
it
I got.
tinted.
They gave me an option to get the tinted, but I got the clear and put the.
Yeah, I wanted
Had the
clear,
LED.
man.
That's what the bottom light is right here. It's all LED. It's like a LED strip right here.
Yep.
So it
I put
shines
my-
up and gives it more, light in there.
Yeah, they're unplugged. I unplugged them because I ran out of plugs under the table here, and so I unplugged my
USBs
lights.
or actual
I-
plugs?
actual plugs.
Got
I
you.
needed another plug for. I want to say it was this doohickey, which still has not gone off of 10. That's view count. 2,095,387 views, but it's still stuck on 10,000 subscribers. My wife thinks it's counting every 100 now. So, yeah, you see they got the new 4000 series graphics cards now, right?
Like, yeah.
Actually,
yeah.
October 10th or October 13th they come out.
What's
The new
up, Skittle Kicks
They're
is up in
supposed
the
to be
house. What's
3
going on,
times
Skittle
faster
Kicks?
Than the
Guys, if you
3000
all remember, go ahead and
series.
drop those Skittles in the
So-
chat.
That should be pretty. And they're like they're you can purchase them now for like 1,500. You can like pre-order them.
And the PC
15.
builds for those things are insane. Like, I was looking at one
For
the
the
other day.
4000?
Yeah, dude, I was looking at one the other day, and it was just like, that's the one I seen that I think they have to be water cooled. I think they're going to have to be water cooled. Like, the water tanks were in them.
Yeah,
You can't I don't think there's a liquid cooling option with those because the 4090s are going to be so powerful.
it's gonna be insane.
It's
man.
gonna
That's
be
gonna be a goal of mine. I gotta. Yeah, I'm in no rush to get it, but a 4000 series graphics card would be pretty. Matt Griffin says, "Oh, guess my 3090 is getting replaced." All
Maybe
right.
in another 10 years I'll get a 4000 series. Not anytime soon. I'm satisfied
that was
with this 3090.
that was the whole
so.
point of this PC. I just wanted to build something that would last me for the next, 10 years.
Oh, it's
That's
definitely going
why-
to do that. It's definitely.
And
gonna
I didn't
last
have
for
the
next
money
10
to
years.
build this. God bless my wife, who definitely helped out with that.
Yeah, same here.
What let me see. Well, you kind of already answered that one. Back to air traffic controller.
Yeah.
Nope, you already answered that one too.
Yo, Debbie Anderson, I love some good Skittles,
Okay,
man.
where
I
would you-
love
where
the,
would you-
I love the
there's a good
green
one.
ones.
Where would you
the
like to
green
see
Skittles and the
SLRP?
orange ones? Those are good.
A year from now.
Running.
All right. Next question.
No,
Well said.
I think the big thing for SLRP is just to continuously grow. And now, Jeffrey, you've heard me say this a million times, is when I say grow, I don't mean member count. We can have 50 members and still have one of the best times, out there. I think too many people put too much on, how many people are in the server right now? How many people are in the server right now? That to me means absolute nothing at all. We can have 10 people on the server, but if those 10 people are having a blast and they're doing what they love and that's all that matters. And that's what makes the community what the community is. So when I say grow, I just mean taking the RP to the next levels, trying to find ways that we can further everybody's experiences to have the best time possible. So
I agree. I agree. Oh, they're back. Chat 69 XYZ. Oh, Ember got rid of him. Okay, well, I agree though from day one, and yeah, I know it's opened up to more people now since I've started. You know, the server has gotten bigger as far as how many people are able to be in the server. But ever since day
mods,
one,
what's that, man? You were a new welcome last stream, man.
Where
so CG, I love your content. I'm currently halfway through your most recent.
But it was a busy, fun night. Like it was.
Thank you, Ghosty Moss. Appreciate that, man.
And then you got days like last
quality
night
over quantity. That's right, Skiddo Kicks. That's right, brother.
Server.
That is right.
And it's just, but yeah, I mean, there's rarely been any times where, where it's been like,
I need someone to add
nothing going on. You know what I mean? There's just always,
you know. I mean, I know. You know,
that'd be cool.
The thing about it is for law enforcement, when you're a law enforcement server, you get the ability, the nice thing of kind of sitting and waiting for something to happen. Where there's other people in the community that don't have that luxury. So I respect the hell out of the fire department and stuff. But for me, it's what you make of the time on the server. So whether it's when it's not dead, you know, I mean, like, so somebody like me, like, I don't go to every call. I don't want to go to every call. Seeing the sheriff at every call to me is not realistic. The sheriff would not go to every call in real life. So that's why if I do go by, usually I'm just going by, you know, like shaking a baby, kissing a hand, and walking by, and that's just what my character does. So, you know, but you know, it's one of those things that you just got to make that time in the server worth it for whatever that means to you. So whether it be taking it to a whole nother step, like for example, I'll give some props here. Austin does that pizza delivery routine in the server where, you know, you could always count if he's online, you'll see those messages, hey, you want a pizza delivered and all that kind of stuff. Like, that's awesome. Like, but that's going to be a lot of dead time here and there too. So, but he still makes the best out of it.
It's one of the least rewarding parts of role play. Not least rewarding, but it's the least action packed. He's just a delivery guy, right? And he enjoys doing it.
Right, exactly. And that to me is the epitome of what our community is. And if we can all have a blast doing stuff that makes us happy, and then having that selflessness of you know, not always worried about your own fun. I think that's one of the biggest things that I try to encompass even into the staff, but I mean the members do a great job into this too, is not always worried about, I've got to be number one in the pursuit, or I've got to be the first one that's seen, or, oh, I got to be the guy that shoots him, or I got to be the guy that creates this or creates that or whatever. But being just the team player atmosphere of going, hey, you know what? I was first at pursuit last time. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tell these other units to go ahead and pass me. You know, I'm going to make something up where I'm having an issue with my vehicle or something like that, and give other people enjoyment, you know, too. So having that well-roundedness of the
sorry
server,
about that, guys. I'm looking at some mods.
Makes a lot of difference too.
I think I've been on the receiving end of that once. There's actually a few times where, you know, it might be kind of a dead night, and there might be something popping off in the city, and I'd hear you get on the radio and tell dispatch, hey, why don't you...
do I not have any moderators in here?
You know,
like, where's my moderators?
Dispatch Sam 49 to that as well. You know what I mean? Right. Something like that. So, hey, Mama, how you doing? They're talking about, can we talk about Pig's secret project? Speaking of SLRP, let him know his secret project is almost done. He'll know what I mean. Pig wrote that.
Yeah, I know exactly what he means.
Can we discuss it?
Hold on. I rehearsed this. Wait a second. No comment.
No comment. He really did rehearse that. He really did.
Yeah, he did.
A couple times. Yeah, a couple times he rehearsed it.
Yes. Yeah.
I've had people comment to me.
You may see it later. Let's just put it that way.
See it later? Okay.
Yeah. Who knows?
No, I'm good, Rabbit. I'll just deal with it, man.
Yeah, May. Only if it's
I usually have a ton of moderators, but they're not in here. I don't know where they are.
Who knows?
how much time goes into planning big things? The air show,
See, this is another thing about live streaming. I was talking about, guys.
What was the other thing we had?
We don't have a lot of people showing up. Unless at 30,000 subs, I don't have a lot of people showing my live streams. I don't know why. And maybe that's just a YouTube algorithm, but I doubt it.
There's a lot of map coding.
I doubt that's what it is, but
yeah,
that's the reason I'm taking a break from live streaming.
And I'm not going to steal the thunder from the guys that did the hard work. Pig, Brian, all those team members.
Certain people want to see certain types of games,
heroes of those events.
That just
I honestly
people will only show up if you're playing a certain type of game, and that right there to me, it just pisses me off.
Just
it
because
pisses
I
me
just
off.
know
It
that
makes me,
with my schedule, I will
gives
not
me a
do
bad
it
attitude
towards
towards
However,
people. And I don't like
those
that.
guys,
I don't like having that feeling, man.
The events that we have just always
it
shock
is
and
what
awe
it
with
is,
me
man.
because you could sit there and you can really
but I'm not gonna run like I'm not gonna run live streams when
what we
people
kind
aren't
of do
gonna
as a
show up.
team is we have these meetings.
I'm at 30K at this point. It's
and
a
we
little
actually try to
ridiculous,
think and
like my live stream should be packed. They should be packed, and they're not.
As funny as that conversation is
in the
I kind of
long
feel like
run,
it's almost kind of related to my job when we have policy
in the
changes.
long run, guys. I have
we're
to.
like, okay, so what could somebody do that would totally muck
in the
this
long
thing
run?
all
I
up?
had to
How
look
do
at
we
this
foolproof
as
this? How do we, how do we sit there and give
my bread and butter?
the same
because
experience.
It is for you guys. It's always for you guys. I love entertaining y'all. But in the long run, I have to look at this as what's better for the bread and butter part of this job, because I have kids, I have a wife, I have a wife and kids to feed and bills to pay. So I got to look at it for what
planning process
does better, live streaming or videos. Videos for me does way better. I get way more views on videos than what I do live streams. And that's another reason why I'm going to take a break from live streaming, because I mean, we've got 9 people in here, and
it's definitely not an overnight
I don't know.
Snap of the finger.
But if I played LSPVR, it'd be loaded with people up in here. It'd be loaded with people. And that right there alone pisses me off. Like, people can't be more minded to gaming. Like, if you're going to support a content creator, go support them and show them love and be there for the live streams.
They'll tell you
don't just show up for one game. Like, that's pissant stuff.
I literally got pissed off, and I had to remove myself from
I'm a little annoyed
because they would be calling
at either
each
the
other
YouTube algorithm, the way they're doing me, or the way that people
that
just don't want to come to my live stream because I'm not
phone
playing
would just be
LSPVR
constantly going
or some
off.
kind
And
of
I'm like,
police
guys,
simulated type
it's
game.
1 in the morning.
You know, I'm not going to just play LSPVR. That's not who I am. I've never been that way, and I'm never going to be that way.
Suiting up, getting ready to go up in the plane.
Yeah, seriously.
If I had it my way, guys, I would go back. If I had this to do all over, I love you guys too, man. I love you guys too. I'm just venting a little bit. But if I had it my way, guys, I would go back, and it'd be all farm sim. I would have never gotten in touch with. I would have never done GT5.
See you later.
I'd have never done it.
What did they have, like 60
Guys,
hours?
it's not just about the amount of people here, but it's about, like I've said many times before, you guys have heard me say it. I have met so many toxic people in the modding communities of GT5 and LSPVR. It's just ridiculous.
As you can tell, it was funny
And
when everybody was
farm
falling
sim
in the
is
back of the
totally
fucking plane
different.
when I was trying to
It's
take
totally
off
different.
in the-
There's no toxic people over there.
Straight.
That's why you guys initially see me posting more videos on CJ Farms than I do criminal justice.
But that's
because
what
of that
to me
reason alone.
is so amazing about the community.
So
is
just
that
so you guys have a heads up what's going on. But I love you guys too, and I appreciate y'all being
made
here.
it their own.
Because these right here are the
They
ride or
had
die
passion about
fans.
it.
And I appreciate you guys more than what
The
you
end
ever know.
result was damn
But
near
when-
amazing for what it is for 5M.
But when we're not getting
I personally, and
you know,
I'm sure
a
somebody
lot,
out
like
there will say,
at
"Oh, look
30K,
at this
I
video
should be
here,"
having
but I
like,
personally never seen
you know, at
anything like
least
that.
at least 30 people in my chat. There should be at least 30 people watching this slash right now, and there's not. There's not. So
What went through your head?
yeah,
as you
it's a
watched
little. It pisses me off. It pisses
what was going
me
through
off
my head was, Lord,
and
please
I
don't have
wonder
desync.
where everybody is. Like, where the hell are all my subscribers? Where are they? Where are they at?
I always am trying to think of it from the perspective of
you know where they are. They're watching
what is
stuff
this
like
showing the
5.
community,
Nothing
like,
against
what is
5.
this?
This is nothing against 5
How fun is this for
LSPVR.
everybody to be a
But
part of?
they want to watch some like 5M LSPVR, and I'm just not going to do that. I'm not going to play one certain game because I'll get burned out, and then I'll get tired of it, and then I'll get to where I just feel like I'm doing it for.
When I actually saw my feelings,
I feel like I'm doing it just because I have to. I want to do it because I'm having fun.
I mean,
you know what
it
I mean?
was. For you could watch it back on my video. I actually followed Brian I actually hopped in the plane.
No, I know you guys
You know,
are.
he didn't know I
you
was in
guys
there,
are.
and I actually watched it because I knew that so many people would have the perspective from the ground. So I
What?
wanted to give the perspective
No,
from
no,
the
no,
air,
no. I
and
mean,
just
fix the plate,
seeing
but
it
I'm
to
gonna wait
what they
I'm
were
almost
doing in the air and how perfectly like timed it was out, and they were sitting there, and the
Well,
amount of
man,
time that
I'm
it
talking
took,
about it
I was
now, so
speechless. I mean,
just give me a
you know,
second.
it was one of those things that for me, as being in somebody in aviation and stuff, and knows
I know
how
you guys
long
are
those
David Anderson. I know
processes
you guys
take,
are, and
even
I
in
appreciate
real
you
life,
guys.
to
That's
do.
what I'm saying.
But these guys are
The
doing it
guys
in
that
a
are in here
video
right
game
now,
and
people that are in
having
here right now are the ride or
to
die
deal with
fans.
all
You're gonna
the
be here no
video
matter what I
game
play.
aspects of
In
it.
these last years, you're gonna be here no matter
Like,
what
it was
what I'm
really,
saying.
really
You're gonna
awesome.
be here,
I mean, that was,
and I appreciate
There was
that.
actual oozing
But the
off.
rest of the
Like, that's what
people
you want when
that
you put
should be
something
in
on
here
like
that aren't
You
in
want
here right
the-
now,
the
it
oozing
aggravates
off, and I
me
was hearing
because
it while
they
while
want to
sitting there
see
watching
those
it.
two types of games, either 5M
You know,
or
I was-
LSPVR, and
I
that's
already
just
told
not
this
who I
Brian, you're
am.
watching right
Do
now,
I
is
love
that's not the
LSPVR on
last time
5M?
that
I
that air show
do. I
team's gonna
love
get
playing
used,
it.
'cause
But I'm not going to
was
play
just,
it
to
every
me,
day
such
on
a
my
cool
channel
experience, and I
to
think that
bring
more
an
people
audience.
deserve to
And eventually,
see
what we
that
do,
again.
we'll
I
bring
mean,
the
that, you know, I
audience
think
that
it's one of those
that
things
we've earned, right?
Yeah, we've done it.
Eventually, doing different types of
I
games
still
will
think
bring
it's
the
something,
audience that enjoys that type of
you
stuff.
could see the Thunderbirds or the Blue
You know what I'm
Angels,
saying?
and
So-
you're still gonna go and see them again.
But this
Like,
is why
you
one
know,
of the bigger
but,
reasons that I'm
sorry.
taking a break from
Yeah,
YouTube is
fruit fly
because
just
the
damn near went in my mouth. It's-
the amount of people that show up is
you gotta
not
wash
the
it
amount
more
of
than
people
once a month,
that
bro.
I
Yeah,
guess
it's
not
a
would
fly
expect.
trap. I go
But
like
at
this, and they
30K,
just all start coming
you guys
out.
know what I'm saying. You guys know what I'm saying.
God.
At 30K, this
It would be. It would be. I totally
this live
agree.
stream
Another
should
air
be
show
bumping right now, and it's
would
not.
be pretty dope.
It's not.
That was
I mean,
great. It was,
it's bumping
that
when
was
you guys in here, but
actually-
you
that
know
was
what I'm
actually
saying.
really
Like
good.
with the amount of people that should
A lot
be
of
in
people
here.
are talking. Not in the chat, but I get asked often if there's going to be another like special Halloween thing, and I tell them, you know, you don't want to know that. Like, you don't want to know. You want that element of surprise. You know what I mean? For instance, last year when it happened,
You never know when
scared the piss
things
out
are
of
gonna
me,
happen.
man.
Yeah.
That
That's
scared the piss out of me. When I turned around and saw that fucking pig behind me, that, man, do you remember that, Q?
The pig?
When I was in that Halloween episode of
Oh, at the house?
yeah.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
To see Doug get picked up and thrown over an invisible man's shoulder and then just carried out of the house. That was just the most amazing thing ever. Wow, Chat 69, did you really buy these, Mark? Because they have not come in this much until your beautiful face came on the show.
No comment.
No comment.
They're just jealous.
They just follow me around. What can I say? You know, they're my entourage.
Well, they are spamming your chat bad. They were just over in
They are,
mine.
man. They've come over like 4 times now. They've come
Man.
4 times. Rim shot. I'll do it. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Chris,
you know,
did you
it's,
ask Mark
it's
your question? Oh, sorry. Go
Oh,
ahead.
go ahead. No, I was just gonna say those special things where sometimes we, as the admin team, do special little things like that. We want it to be a surprise. We don't want to necessarily put it out there when it's gonna happen, because you know, now you're gonna be on edge for the whole month. You know, it might not be on Halloween. It might be Monday. Who
Yeah.
knows? You know,
Yeah.
like
Oh, no doubt, Newman. No
Monday's
doubt,
good.
man.
Good
Yeah,
Monday.
you guys always show me love, man. I appreciate that.
what were you trying to say?
Yeah, they
Chris?
should,
we
Newman.
cut
They
you off,
should. They really should.
No,
That's
you're
what I'm
good. I was
saying.
just gonna ask
At 30K, we should have at
so
least,
obviously, you know,
at the
you
very
as
least,
air
30
traffic
people up in
control,
here watching. And
you know, you may know
it's
this,
just,
you probably
I'm not
do
gonna
it, but,
lie,
like,
it's
is there
not-
any, like,
it's not
restricted
discouraged me. It's
military
just pissed me
airspace
off. It just
around
pisses
you
me off
or in your area.
because I've,
Yeah, so
you know, I paid my dues.
Where
I
I control
have-
is where I'm kind of surrounded to the east and to the west
I have,
of military
you know,
operations
busted my
areas.
balls on this
There's,
channel.
military
And then
base,
for
to the west
certain
of
folks,
us,
not
as
you
well as
guys,
all
not you guys,
the mountains to the east,
but for
and the-
certain folks
are
to
the
only show up for
playgrounds
certain
a lot of the
games,
military fighters and
you
stuff.
know,
So they're-
LS people on 5M
we actually have
after
military aircraft
all
based at our
the
airport here. We have F-15s,
work that I put in this channel, it
that are-
just,
that I
I'm
control
sorry guys,
on a
it
daily
pisses
basis
me off.
here.
It does. Six are coming through
that
with a
are part
$5
of the
super chat
Western
right there.
Air Defense
Appreciate you,
System.
man. Is that a super sticker?
So
That is
it's
a
really
super
cool.
sticker.
They are the part that they are.
Thank
the
you
people
so
that
much,
keep us
Six.
safe.
Appreciate that. What's up, Senior Play Zone? How you doing, man? Good to see
I
you.
always joke around.
Good to
that,
see you, man.
um,
Thank you,
you know,
Sixer,
we
for
have
that
a
dono,
secret
man.
bat
Really
phone in
appreciate
there
that, man. Let me.
that you know, can go off if
Toasty. Appreciate you, man.
there is a threat
Coming
to
through with
the
a $5
country,
super chat, man.
and,
Appreciate it. I'm sorry, super sticker,
it's,
super
it's
sticker.
one of those things, and they practice.
Appreciate that, brother. Thank you so much, man. I really
It's all
appreciate
about
that,
Is
dude.
that one of them phones that you get a call? It's land all flights type deal.
No, it wouldn't be. Well, I mean, we have a certain system that we have for that, but
But
it's
yeah,
one of those
guys, I'll
things,
be
it's kinda
putting
like
way
the,
more
it's
into
kind of like when the bat
content,
phone rings to
trolls,
send
tutorials,
them to
stuff
the
like
party
that,
type of a thing.
than what I will be doing
that
live
they're
streaming.
gonna
Now Thursday and Friday, I'll be live streaming with
in the
Chris,
defense of our country,
and I'll pop out
those kind of events, those
every once
things
in a while.
are really cool to see.
But LSP4 and like
it's
like 5M are not
and I'll give those guys credit.
They're not like at the top of my list to play first.
Man, they're
you know what
constantly
I mean?
practicing. They're constantly trying to improve. It's never a.
I mean,
it's
I'm
never
always
a
going to be
sit-back
here to
day
like
for
keep
them.
people
They're
updated on
always
the updates that
flying.
are
They're
coming.
always
If there's going to
trying
be
to
more
make sure their
updates,
skills are
I'll always be
top-notch,
here to show people how to
and,
back
it's
up
really
their game
awesome to
files
see
if
that
that's
when
necessary.
Because you really don't
to do more
know,
tutorials
and you don't
on
really appreciate all that constant
and on my
work that they're
plugins.
doing, for us to sleep at home at night and not have to worry about necessarily having a
I'll always do
evasion,
that.
I guess you could call it, or whatever you want to say. But they're sitting there always sharpening their skills more and more. So.
But as far as like
Absolutely
the top of my list games, those are not the top of my list.
People are saying, what happens in the server if you go into the military base? I heard a rumor that soldiers come out.
Cannot confirm nor deny that rumor.
No comment again.
No comment.
I saw. Were you how far from where you work, and does anybody were they working the day of the Kobe Bryant catastrophe? Was that?
Yeah, that's farther away from where I am.
Okay.
So I don't know anybody specifically for that. I mean, obviously it's a tragedy of what happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's and that's kind of the risk with I've talked with people, even being a pilot, and Brian would appreciate this, is that people are like, oh, that's dangerous. To me, it's just as dangerous to drive your car on the freeway. In fact, more people are being lost on a daily basis to freeway accidents and car accidents and things like that, more than what you're seeing in aircraft. Yeah, there is the chance that when you get in an aircraft and you take off, that could be your last takeoff. But at the same point, same with a car. You get in your car and you're just going to go to the fast food down the street. That could be the last time then too. So, I would say when it comes to aviation, there is a lot of redundancy and extra safety that everybody tries to do for the most part to keep themselves safe. And it's unfortunate when those kind of tragedies happen. But I think it's with everything we do, whether it's even, you guys you might have saw that football play with that Florida quarterback or whatever. Like, that was scary. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about on Thursday Night Football.
No.
I think his name was Tua something.
Oh,
but,
yeah, Tua, yeah.
Like,
Miami, yeah,
Miami.
Yeah,
I saw that and I was like, man, that's just as, and that's just playing football, he shouldn't have even been in that game. He shouldn't have been in that game. I agree with you.
He should have been taking out the second half of the Bills game. Thanks, Sergeant John Fox. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Definitely think he should have been taken out.
Yeah, that was, and it's just, it's things like that. And, you're going to have tragedies in everything that we do. And yeah, that's kind of, I've had my share of, when I've worked air traffic, I've had my share of emergencies and stuff like that. And thankfully, and I'll knock now that I have not lost anybody. But I've had my share of emergency landings and things like that. But it's one of those things that's just our job. We deal with that day in and day out, and we're trying to do the best we can to keep the public safe. So
you just got to roll with it, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's exactly like, and I'll say this is that when there is a situation like that, I think and we all kind of, as air traffic controllers everywhere, what it would say is that we're all there for each other too. So if I need something, I know I could turn to my buddy sitting next to me and I can ask him to go call somebody or do something or whatever. Everybody kind of knows, like, in those moments when that happens, like, okay, it's showtime. This is what we get paid for. And we're going to do everything that we can to do it. And, and sometimes, and I'll be honest, and we had that conversation earlier about how pilots can get upset. Sometimes pilots will get upset because in the moment, they're dealing with something that's so stressful. They're maybe trying to like de-stress themselves and say it's not that big of a deal, but we're sitting there going, hey, we're gonna have trucks ready for you and all that stuff, and they get angry at us because they're like, no, this is okay, we're fine. Well, still on our side of things is, hey, I'd much rather have a fire truck waiting for you on the ground just in case, rather than, you know, if it's not, you know, hey, if it's a routine landing and everything's fine, that's great, that's fantastic, that's what we want to have happen. But in that eventual, if that thing gets worse or something like that, you know, we want to have that on standby for you. And sometimes the pilots get angry about that because, you know, they're like, oh, you know, it's not a big deal, we're fine. But, you know, we want to just do what's, you know, and I mean, I get it from a pilot side. They're wanting to maybe take the stress off themselves and, you know, like, hey, it's okay, you know, blah 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 blah. Yeah, it's one of those things.
It's like that one of those just in case moments.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
gotta have it there
yeah.
just in case.
I'd better knowing that we did than try to sit there and you know, say, well, why didn't you do this and why didn't you do that? We'd much rather have all those things crossed.
Hey, what's going
yeah.
on, Sergeant John
There's a
Fox up in
beautiful
the house?
gamer
What's
right
up,
there.
John?
And
How
thank
you doing, man?
Hash inspired me.
What's going
I
on,
went
brother?
into
How you
his
doing,
chat
man?
Yesterday before I went on patrol because he was already on, and his wife came in the chat and he had this really nice song.
Yo,
playing
these
for her, and
bots,
I was like,
man,
you know
are just going
I'm gonna
nuts
do that.
today,
I'm gonna
bro.
do
They're
that.
going
And
nuts.
I went and I put in some Marvin Gaye for her. So
Yeah, they're going nuts, man.
Oh boy.
hello, love. How are you today? She just got home from her show. She had an art show all weekend. What are your plans? What are your and we know you work full time on both the server and in real life.
Right.
What are your plans with, you know, we know you just recently started YouTubing and you like,
Hey, what's up, Tyler? The gamers up in
skyrocketed
the house. What's going on, man?
Yeah.
Took a couple pilot
and
training
to the
sessions.
point where
Did
I hated
man?
you for a week.
You got some flight time in, brother? You got some, like, some hours on your flight time?
Like quick. And
Right.
do you
And
have,
that's all thanks to everybody here. I mean, I'll say that right now.
well,
yeah.
you know, you retain them though. So that's, you know,
What's
that's,
up, Tyler? How you doing, man? Good to see you in the live
90%
chat,
you,
man.
10% everybody else. It's all about you retaining people, you know, to want to come and watch you. But if you had the opportunity, you're getting like you start getting paid from YouTube. Is that something you would want to pursue as a full-time thing, or do you just do it to kind of just from time to time just show people the, because a lot of people like to come and watch the.
Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I thought I was muted. Sorry.
Oh no.
You've been busy like
Or
today.
is
You
it
mean
just
like
where
busy today, or
because it's cool that you can just show the
or
back
I
end.
thought I was muted. I
Right.
was talking
The
to them.
things you
You've
can
been
show,
busy like today
being
or
a
in
founder.
general.
Right.
I missed you too,
what's
Tyler. Glad to
what's
see
your
you here,
take
man.
on
Glad
your
to see you.
YouTube channel? Is it something
So-
you want to keep pursuing?
Yeah, I mean, like, so obviously getting the support from everybody is a huge thing, and I get, and I say it all in my streams like every 15 minutes. Thank you guys for being here. It's a huge I don't know, just I still can't believe it, honestly. Where I see the channel growing, you know, obviously my schedule is so rough, and that's why I haven't been on or streaming lately. We've been on 6-day work weeks and stuff like that. Or when I come home, I just hit the couch and I die. You know, so you know, yeah, of course, I want to keep showing silver lining, you know, when I can. There's going to be nights that I'm going to be on patrol that I'm not going to stream. I've said that a million times, is because I just want to get on and just decompress and have my own fun and do my own back end stuff. Like that night where Geoffrey got promoted from lieutenant, you know, I knew that if I came on and I streamed that, everybody would know what's going on. Everybody would have an idea ahead of time. And I couldn't give that focus that I wanted to try to make those situations memorable and fun. To the point where Geoffrey didn't even know he got promoted.
Even after you said it, dude, I was still like, so who got it?
But,
once
you know,
I heard Patrick go, oh my God, Geoffrey, I was like, oh shit, like, is it me?
You know, like it's, you know, and I still want to play other games on it too. You know, it's you know, Geoffrey, we've talked about playing Phasmo sometime together, you know, and having fun and doing stuff like that too on the channel. I'm just gonna, for me, I'm gonna take the channel for whatever
you're
it
a fire
is.
department
And
man or what?
it's not to me about trying to personally. For me, it's not about
Oh,
trying to make an
so you're a
income and go full
firefighter
time
now,
on
man.
YouTube.
Thank you for
If
your
that's the
service,
thing,
man.
if that
Awesome,
happens
dude.
4 or 5, whatever
That's great,
years down the
bro.
road, that's great. You know, for me, I've got my career that I'm in until I'm forced to retire at age 56.
Oh, still, man, senior plays. That's still a lot of hours of
That's
flight
my
time,
main,
man.
my
That's
main
more
thing.
than what I
And then
got,
who knows,
bro.
you know, at 56, I'll come on here.
I
It'll be
got
called
zero.
something else. It won't be YouTube anymore. But you know, I'm gonna just take it for what it's worth and the appreciation of the people that do subscribe for the content that they see and all that. I mean, you know, we've said it a million times. I'm not going to be that guy, unfortunately, that's going to, you guys do a great job of tutorial videos and stuff. I don't have the time to sit there and do those kind of things. And, you know, for me, it's going to be, hey, I'm going to pop on a game and we're going to have some fun together.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and
so you're more about live streams than recorded content. And
I don't see myself really hard. I won't say ever, but I don't see myself being a very much of a recorded videos guy because I like the interaction with the chat. I like just kind of hanging out, relaxing, you know, and that's why sometimes there won't be a face cam or whatever it be the case. It's like sometimes it's just going to be playing a game, hanging out, chatting, whatever be the case is, you know, maybe I don't want to do my makeup for the day or anything like that. You know, it's just going to be having fun. That's the main reason for the channel is to have fun. It wasn't for the monetary value. Now the monetary value, that's awesome. I mean, the support that I've gotten on the channel so far has been unreal. Like, I mean, I can't say again, thank you to everybody and knowing, you know, and you guys all know this too, is that some of that channel support also goes towards the server stuff too. So it's not just you know, it's not just putting money into my pocket. It's going right back into the community and paying for the monthly expenses and the new stuff that we're getting and all those kind of things is because that stuff's not cheap in itself. I mean, anybody that's ran a 5M server will tell you that you can go broke really quickly on a 5M server. You know, it's not a cheap venture. And so, but our commitment to the membership has always been, we don't want to charge. You know, there are communities out there that charge, you know, per year, per month, whatever be the case. And that's never something that we ever wanted to do, nor did I ever want to make something to where you could donate specifically to SLRP because I didn't want that mindset of people felt like they could pay their way to earn certain things. I did not want that. I wanted it to be an even playing field for everybody.
So I
to
drop $100 dono. I want LEO. I want LEO. I want VRP. I want this. I want
or you drop a $100 donation to the community, and then all of a sudden you decide to break every rule we have next patrol, and you're like, well, look, I just gave you $100. Like, you're kicking me out. I just gave you $100. Like, I want a refund, and you know, it just becomes so much more drama that way.
Yeah, it does.
You know, and that's something that you know, that from all the admin side that we kind of, you know, we just don't want to do that. We want this, you know, the good name that we have built for ourselves over the past few years now. We want to continue it that way, and we don't want to make anything about money because that money always complicates everything. Like, like it's just, you know, that's always what it comes down to. It always is causing drama and causes different things, causes friendships to break up, causes all these different things. It's just not worth it. Like, let's have fun. Let's build the friendships on fun, and then we can have talks. I mean, the community, I think it's just great is that we always, you know, meet new people and stuff like that and make new friendships. So, you know, example, like, you know, Patrick started Silver Lining Roleplay as a regular deputy, you know, moved up the ranks, and now I consider him a really good friend. You know, like it's you know, and it's just one of those things that, like, you just don't know who you're going to meet on the server and who you're going to build those relationships with. And I think that's the best part about Silver Lining is bringing the people together and not having a thing above your head about, oh, so and so is the such and such a rank and all this other stuff, you know. So
I agree.
Yeah,
same, absolutely.
Money does complicate things. Bad.
Yeah, Matt Griffin said the Notorious B.I.G. had it right. Mo money, mo problems.
Yeah.
Was that Notorious B.I.G.? Mo money, mo problems. I always thought that
by the way, Ben, your check cleared, so thanks.
But there have been a lot of friendships. The Chicken Saga was not awesome, Don Mitch. That's a lie. That's a bull.
We were talking about that before you got in here, but when you were just running your mouth on your intro thing, me and CJ were having the conversation about the chickens.
Yeah.
I will admit that one patrol where those fucking chickens were following me, and then one was in my car as I went to a silent alarm. And who was it? Bradley. I think Bradley handcuffed the fucking chicken.
That's what we were talking about. Who it was that handcuffed
was
the chicken?
The funniest shit I have ever seen. And hearing Bradley laugh the way he laughed just made me laugh harder. And it was just, I actually made a YouTube short out of it. What's up, Mexican? How you doing, man? The Reverend will take the donations. The Reverend. And Benjamin said, can anybody pronounce Tua's last name? His name is Tua Nigamanuolopola.
Not even going to try.
Tua Nigamanuolopola. Last name is Tagavola.
That's how you get canceled right now, is trying to pronounce that.
Oh man, Tuagabola. Yeah, I can't get it. Funniest part was the chicken running off with the cuffs. Yes, it really was. And then he was like, "Wait, somebody go get my cuffs back." And then that was actually, and for those that don't know, Jeremy Vespucci, he had in real life things to do. That's why you don't really see him. But that was like his last patrol. Was
yeah, he came on he came on a few bears.
Heading out, Deputy Anderson. All right, Anderson. Hey, take care, brother. Appreciate you stopping by, man.
He's a class act and always will be. And he's forever welcome to always be a part of Silver Lining. But yeah, he had some
guy, man.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's hard to do, man. It's hard to juggle a real life job and YouTube, man. It's hard to do it, bro.
And I think the thing about it with Jeremy that
it's like being free
he
with the
felt
wind.
so bad about being in the staff and stuff and not being able to contribute to his weight that he wanted to step down and everything like that. And I told him a million times he didn't have to, but that's just what the stand-up guy that he is.
Was it more of a let somebody else that can put in the that's why I left.
Yeah,
that's why I left detective, was because I felt Braxton deserved somebody who could put in the time and actually help him out,
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things, we'll sit there and we understand everybody has lives. And we've said that already tonight here on this channel, but, we want everybody to have fun. And so the biggest thing is if you're too busy by trying to handle up your staff stuff that you can't even have fun, well, then that's not achieving what we want to do either. So, but yeah, no, and I have nothing bad to say about anybody that's been in the community now or left the community. I mean, everybody that's contributed to Silver Lining in the course of its actions has always brought us good stuff. I mean, it's, we understand everybody that leaves, they may try to go to another community that may have, greener pastures for them. Maybe it's more what they want to do on another community, and in those regards, hey, best luck. I don't think there's any moment to where we're sitting there and hoping that you don't have fun if you leave the community. It's a game. I mean, it really is.
Yeah, literally.
Doesn't mean that I don't enjoy, seeing people always wanting to come back.
I mean, it's one of those things that, when we see it happen, it's kind of do we get a little smirk? Yeah, I'd say a little bit. At the end of the day,
which is natural. That's natural.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's we're proud of what the community has become. And if you want to, and unfortunately, some people have tried to, and I'll just be honest, shit all over it. And, if you're going to be somebody that does something like that, well, of course, we're not going to want you necessarily to come back because, well, you had your chance and then you decided to leave in a bad method. The people that leave in good terms and are respectful and all that kind of stuff, the door's always open to come back. Look, it's a game. Like at the end of the day, but when you totally, cut our feet off and you try to make, us like look bad or you want to leave in this blaze of glory. Well, yeah, that's not going to be good for you. But hey, if you're respectful, we're going to show you just as much respect back because I think that's an important thing.
Yeah. Or talking bad about leaving, talking bad about the community and saying negative things. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a closed door for you for sure.
I mean, it's hey, everybody is entitled to their own opinions, and I respect the hell out of that. You want to come in and you don't think that our community is good for you, that's fine, and you totally that totally may be the case. Maybe the server isn't good for you, but don't necessarily expect us to open the door back when you just had a big old tirade about how you didn't like it here and how we suck and everything else like that. We're not going to necessarily be like, hey, come on back and suck more, like like hey, like that's and that totally took a totally different method than I was trying to get at. But still, my point is that it's one of those things that but it's 5M, and we always joke about it, like the 5M curse, like there's always going to be people like that, and I will tell you that, knock on wood, that our staff does an amazing job of filtering through our applicants, and not everybody gets in the first time, second time, third time. But when you show, like we've had people that have applied. I can't count how many times they keep trying, and I applaud them for that. Like that's awesome. Cookies is
turning
like
people away.
It is. It sucks. It sucks because at the same point this is a game. Like like it's a game that but at the same other token, as an interviewer, you have to sit there and look at the enjoyment of the whole community and say, is this person going to meet the standards that everybody expects when they come onto the server? We always say is that, hey, if you're new to 5M, that's not going to be an automatic no for us.
Catch up to
Having somebody new to 5M actually is sometimes one of the best candidates.
Hey, appreciate you guys, and have a good night's sleep, brother.
We can mold you how that exactly.
I was new. I was totally new when I came to SLRP.
We can mold you and help you as long as you're willing to take that feedback, and we can help.
Oh, was that you?
Create what we want to see of our membership.
I didn't know that.
That's sometimes it's people that have, when they come in there and they're like, I have 15,000 hours of 5M experience. Blah, 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 blah. I've been a sergeant. I've been a sheriff. I've been a chief of command. I've been everything. And I'm gonna. Do you need a developer? I'm a developer too, and I also can do this. It's those people there that actually we have sometimes the most problems with, is because they come in with that chip on this shoulder and this shoulder, thinking that they are
know
the
it all.
Almighty. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then and it's those people that we have the most problems with, where the humble people of like, hey, I'm new, teach me, I'm willing to learn. Those people sometimes turn out to be our best members and some of our best staff that we ever have, because they know what it's like to come up from that. So yeah,
man.
Yeah, and to add on to that, especially with, saying like in the application and the whole interview process, like no matter how much IRL experience that you have, that doesn't matter, So
Right.
we obviously stress that. And also, people need to, try on the application, just don't put like one word or two words, for like, one that we see all the time is like, why do you want to join Silver Lining? Because it looks fun. Like, actually try, give it a try.
Put some effort into it, some elbow grease, yeah.
And
what scenario do you have? Don't say blow up buildings and shoot up
Yeah.
the police department.
serial killer.
Yeah.
Like those ones are the ones that you just cringe on. The and even it's talking about like what Cookies was saying about the real life experience. We see that all the time with the Leo interviews. Like somebody will apply for a Leo spot and I'm a deputy sheriff with my current department, blah 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 blah. And which I'm sure at other communities are like, oh, we'll take you immediately, no questions asked. Like please, like come on in. Where for us, sometimes that's just not a good fit. Like sometimes that's not a good fit, because you know what, we want to make that again, it's all about attitude, it's all about having that thing. And sometimes those people will come in again with their chip on that shoulder of I'm a real life cop and I know best about everything, and then you're fighting that mindset nonstop about how, no, actually this is GTA, we can't do that, or oh no, we can't have this because of this XYZ, or no, that may be a law in your state, but that's not a law here in our community, and you're constantly fighting these different things. And so that's why it's everybody, when I see people out there that create a 5M server, I kind of usually just tip my cap, because I go, that's going to be a lot a lot of work. Like the amount of painfulness that was creating a server and keeping that updated all the time. Like, you know, and then dealing with the drama too. Like it's rough. It could be rough. Like, and so I applaud people because I'm like, hey, if you want to take that on, good luck, you know, because it's going to not be an easy process. It's not going to be, you know, a plug and play kind of thing and instant success. There's going to be hurdles. There's going to be things, and it's all about perseverance and
with anything in life.
Right. I mean, I know when I first, so this is the second community that I've been a founder on, and all the things that we have learned from the first community, it's you know, it's kind of funny because and Pig and Harrison would know this because we'll have conversations on the side as we'll watch videos from sometimes occasionally like other communities, and we kind of will have a little like mini chuckle and saying, oh look, they're making that mistake that we made here. Like it's learning from those mistakes and carrying forward with those things. That's so important, and that's what we try to do, and we try to not make the same mistake twice. But it's funny because everybody kind of goes through that same thing of, you know, you want X, Y, and Z so that you pump up this one thing and then you forget about the other thing on the other side of it. So it's always about give and take. And that's, you know, I appreciate everybody that we have a thing for those of you that don't know, the suggestion box where people could put stuff in the suggestions. And yeah, you know, I'll look at those occasionally and you know, and people will say, oh, we want real life cars. Well, if you put real life cars in, then, you know, for civ cars, then all of a sudden you have the situation to where if you're driving down the road in a real Buick, you stand out like a sore thumb. Like all of a sudden now everybody knows you're a civ. Everybody knows that. And now you're taking that ability to kind of interact in the environment organically away, because now everybody's looking at you way closer. How many times as law enforcement have we had the Signal 100 trophy or Code 100 or whatever we're calling it? I can't remember now. But the AI trophy where you're trying to pull over a car. I do it on a stream I just don't call it out. I'm smart enough to be like, hold on a second. Something about this doesn't look right. Like, you know, but I mean, but that's the point is you don't know. Is it a civ? Is it?
And it'll get you sometimes. Like you'll have a local literally doing 110 down Sonora weaving, and you're thinking this is a legit civ right here, and turns out that it's just not.
Right. Yeah, it's one of those things that's that, you know, and that's the thing. Like for everybody's suggestions, you know, and then they'll say, oh, can we have a resource that does X, Y, Z? Well, sometimes that resource that does X, Y, Z will actually interfere with the other resource that does A, B, C. So like, you know, in a perfect world, yeah, we would have all these cool things, but we try to keep it simplified as much as possible so that it can just be more about the role play and less about the scripts and all that kind of stuff. We you know, it's not about that. That's why, you know, people are like, well, why do you only have one law enforcement agency? You should have a state patrol. You should have a game warden. You should have this and like all these different law enforcement communities out there. and it's like, yeah, that'd be great. But, you know, at the same point, we tried different things and we realized that the one law enforcement department umbrella, when it came to the teamwork, the camaraderie, the everything, it really worked the utterly best. It wasn't, you know, it wasn't about trying to like, oh, well, that's their jurisdiction, so they get that call and we don't get the fun there, and well, they're getting this call, but that's their jurisdiction, and like all this different stuff is now we're just one whole cohesive unit that we can still have subdivisions, you know, whether it be the traffic enforcement, whether it be detectives, whether it be different things like that do other things. But, you know, we have the contract agency now with the Polito police skin. So for those people that want to you know, use a different skin per se, we're still trying to roll out ways that can still be accomplished, you know, with still a realistic idea, but we don't have the bickering of that. And we all get to know each other, because that's the other thing, is that if you have another department in the another department, is maybe you'll never ever talk to the other department, but we want the community to be a cohesive thing together. So now we're all working with each other on different beats and having different interactions, so that we actually can build those friendships more rather than being subsidized away from each other.
I agree.
Exactly.
I agree. What's
and
up, TJ1 Lincoln 18?
I've had that happen to me at least 4 times on a patrol, where a local will be doing obviously something wrong, and I go to pull them over, and then they go,
Yeah.
and then for a second, and then they start to drive off again. I'm like, what? Like, how was that? A local? But
Right.
it is.
MDR had a question. He says, would you ever entertain the idea of an RP special effects team where they can aid in the things scenario RP based but aren't actually in-game players?
So, like, do you mean? I'm trying to understand. Like, do you mean like people that would be like? I don't know what that means.
I don't
Like,
either.
Okay.
I don't either. Maybe he can. While he tells us what he means, Nicholas has a question. Are you thinking about going live tonight or anytime soon? At least he's asking. At least you're here.
Yeah.
For me to-
My schedule is so crazy that of course, if I could be on every single night, I'd be on every single night. But and that's just not a thing. And then sometimes I need the break too, or just to have my own time. I want to be on at some point. I want to try to be on this week. My schedule might allow me to be on at least once this upcoming week. So I'm looking forward to that. I've already kind of penciled it, but I'm not going to say which day yet because it might move. But the schedule is actually looking promising. So we'll see if that works out. But yeah. Well, I'll leave it at that. I don't know about tonight.
Notifications on.
Yeah. Hit that bell or whatever you guys have, or have it, and
ring it, ding-a-ling it.
Yeah, it's and by all means, and I appreciate people that sticks with my channel, and because it's been like, I don't know, like 8 or 10 days since I streamed or something like that, and I understand that I haven't been the most active lately, but know that it's not just me just sitting naked on a beanbag eating Cheetos either, so because that would be fun just equally. Yeah, I know, we all know Geoffrey, but
orange fingertips. God, I wish I had my bag of Cheetos right now. I really do. I took them to work, so I don't do that at work. I don't. Sure. In college, naked with a bag of Cheetos.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Foot surgery, my ass. That was a suspension.
Right? Boss came in my office and I was just in there just buck ass naked. Oh my God. Sal says Geoffrey's pantless right now. That's what I was saying before the show started. I was saying if this chair could talk. No, I promise you, I've always had pants
with
on.
Scream.
If you listen real closely. So MDR says, like, when you were starting fires to promote a fire call, like environment-based things that don't involve having to have other players, or if it's a bomb call that comes in, that team help set the scene.
Oh, I kind of get what you're saying. So potentially like being like invisible background type of facilitators. Yeah, I mean
I always wanted to be a volunteer firefighter. Newman,
last night,
senior play zone.
There
you guys.
I mean,
I've always wanted to be a volunteer firefighter, and I almost did it years ago.
Responsibility. So
but
like it's one of those things that we.
I was so busy in life back then, like back in my 20s,
as a kudo thing. Like kind of.
I had a friend that worked for the fire department back then. He was going to get me in, get me trained
on the front side. That's kind of
but I was playing music like 6 nights a week at the bars of Honky Tonks. I was working.
Like
5
never
days
having
a week.
that, but I'll say at the very,
I didn't really have the time to do it, but I wanted to, but never did follow through with it.
But who knows? I mean, like the future, you never know what we're gonna, what ways we can have to future, do those things. That's, I think, the best thing about our community is that if we look at something, we don't slam the door on it for eternity. Like, hey, right now that may not work out, but hey, you know what? We'll revisit the idea in a few months and see what might have changed. Same thing goes with resources and scripts and all that stuff. Like, maybe one script is having a bad problem now, but maybe we'll reevaluate it in the future and see if we can integrate it. There's tons of things that we have tried that people have no idea that we have tried. And the server staff can actually attribute to this, that where I'll be like, hey, like, let's get on and test something real quick. And then it fails. And we're like, okay, well, there went 3 weeks of my life for no reason. You know, like, and you know, we try. A lot of people don't realize the back end side of all the work that we go through, and you know, and even stuff like even on Pig's side of things, you know, building vehicles and stuff like that we maybe don't end up using.
Which
you
he's
know,
really good at, by the way.
Oh yeah, by far, Pacific
Absolutely.
Pig.
Yeah,
amazing at what he does. Whether
I mean,
it be
even the
CUP
fucking
or
screws, the screws that are like in the center console of a car, like down to the very screw. That's just detailed and on point.
Right. I mean, me and Pig, I'll be honest, you know, like it's funny because we'll be sitting there, and you know, me being, you know, as time has grown, I will say that I've been a little bit better of learning some of the inner workings of what some of the parts are called and stuff like that. But like it'd be funny because like we'll having a you know, a meeting or something where he's building a car and I'm watching him do something and I'll be like, well, just throw this and this on, that looks good enough. And then, you know, then he all of a sudden educates me, well, actually that's not in real life because they use this part and this part, and like, and it's so funny because I'm just like, hey, a light's a fucking light, put a fucking light on it, let's call it a day, you know, like. But no, he's sitting there going, no, it needs to be the MX 2700, like he's like that's how like good he is, to the point where like he's like, no, it has to match this and this, and that's what makes him so great, you know, is that he's so down to detail of those things, to where I would just be like, hey, a fucking light's a light, just throw a damn, does it shine? Great, let's move on. Like, you know, it's just one of those things. But yeah, and that's the thing that about this community is that everybody puts so much effort into what they do, and that's the best part about it.
16 and 29, I was a firefighter.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm sure it's got stress and stuff,
Reflection
man.
off his sunglasses. I can see his monitors reflecting off.
What is it? My
I
monitor.
can see your monitors reflecting off of your glasses there. Do y'all want to go on a raid? Want to do an MTG raid?
Yeah, I'm cool with that. Yeah.
Are y'all subscribed to Raydazo? I got Raydazo and Aaron S. are
ABC
live.
News,
ABC News.
Yeah, they're live. Yeah, they're
ABC
live.
News is always live. Who do y'all got? You want to do Raydazo?
I got Sky News. They're live too.
Sky News is
Yeah,
live.
I watch
News.
ABC and Sky News. I watch them a lot.
Let me hit that up. So, what do you think? You want to hit up Raydazo?
Yeah, we'll do Raydazo.
All right, I'll drop his link in your guys' chat.
All right.
ABC
My
News
day
is
is pretty good
always
there, Kelly.
live.
Appreciate you asking.
There it is.
It is.
So we'll do an MTG raid.
All right, guys, there it is. Go ahead and click that
Northern
link. Go to
Raydazo.
type in MTG raid. Man, I thought I was muted again. Guys, go on to MTG raid. Go over there and type in
Spam it,
MTG
guys.
raid.
Yo, MDR, take care, man. We'll see you, brother. Oh yeah, wow, they're destroying this chat right now. All right. Oh my god. Oh, time me out. I got put in timeout.
Me too.
Finally, somebody did that.
What's that?
Finally, somebody was able to do that.
Justice. Nicholas Michael
Besides your
Taylor.
wife, you finally got put by somebody else.
I'm waiting to see somebody do that to your ass.
You finally got put by somebody else.
Oh my gosh.
Uh,
I know you don't like to give away that information, but somebody had asked earlier if you had any one of the best yet. Mark Rock, see you, chat, catch you out there. All right, JB, take care, man.
see you later, man.
Golden said Pornhub Live. Oh my god. Look at Mamba asked. I swear to God, somebody asked it earlier and it wasn't Mamba, but he just asked what I was about to ask. Any new vehicles coming to the LEO side or to the server in general? Benjamin comes back with, I hope, a Hellcat.
Hold on.
Oh, we know it's coming.
No comment.
No comment. Well played.
I figured.
Well played.
I mean,
One Lincoln 18 is because
all-
I spammed it.
All I can say is that who knows? Maybe we'll see something here in the near future. We'll see.
There's always something, right? There's always, there's always something.
We try to keep it fresh, but at the same point, it would, people, will sit there and be like, well, why don't you have every law enforcement vehicle out there? And the main reason is we want to keep it semi-realistic, because if you had 15 different fleet cars out there for the department, no department in their right mind would do that because of the cost of parts, and it's easier to do that in a series of special purchases. So we also have that in mind too, because that's one of the big things always in the suggestion box is, oh, get this car, get this car, get this car, get this car. And it's like, yeah, that's great, but at what point do we just become LSPDFR, where you're just loading every car in the fucking world, So
I've had people come in my chat saying, oh, you should have this and you should have that. And it's like, I've seen public servers. They come across my shorts all the time. And, you've got...
I need y'all to close that door for me, please.
You got 9-year-olds pulling people over. You've got 13 different liveries and vehicles showing up to a scene. It's like, come on, you never see that in real life. I mean, in my town, in my city, I might see my town vehicles being helped by state police, but you're still only going to see 2 style vehicles. You're not going to see all these. You got servers out there that just have 18 fucking liveries on just all these different cars. And then what kills me the most is when you see a fucking mid-engine C6 Corvette come rolling up with the livery on the side. It's like, show me a city right now. Is there a city right now that has a mid-engine C6 Corvette as their cop car? I mean, that'd be pretty fucking.
Yeah,
wicked.
it's
be litty titty.
and that's the, I think that to me it's really special when you go to a scene and then there's 4 different FPIUs there. To me, that actually looks the most realistic, because like you're saying, that's what you're going to see out there. And from somebody that drives around in the county that I'm in, that's what you see out there. You see the scene that just has 4 of the SUVs or the FPIUs all there, and that's just what they are. That's so. I get it. I get that it can get stale as a law enforcement person driving that same car over and over. That's why we tried to keep some of the other vehicles, like your Crown Vics and like your stuff that really they don't drive anymore. If we kept it realistic with Fresno, there'd only be like 3 or 4 cars on the server, period. So we tried to kind of like go back into the wheelhouse and look at different things, and like that's why bringing the Polito livery up brings that older Dodge Charger in play. We've tried to do some things to try to keep that flexibility for our members, but yeah, at a certain point we have to draw the line.
Yeah.
So
I actually have a question.
Hey, Erica.
What's up?
I was just gonna say, Mark. So obviously, the SLRP, LEO vehicles are based out of Fresno. Are the Polito units based out of like anywheres?
Yeah. So I don't want to give it away too much, but yes, they are. I'll give it away. I don't care. They're actually based off of Clovis, California, which is inside of Fresno County. So, so it's actually, you would see those 2 type of styles of liveries actually on a scene together potentially. So that's what we're recreating. We're recreating that environment.
I gotcha. Yeah, I wasn't sure because I knew that the LSSO vehicles are based off of Fresno, and the old FD units were based out of Clark County, I think.
Correct. Nevada. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
Look at Cookies doing his research,
the thing I'll tell you though that to me is that, and I actually had this moment with Pig the other day, is it's so funny to me because when we started this community, you didn't see anything for Fresno out there. Like you didn't see anything like that. And then now 2 years later, like we're seeing all these communities start to pop up with Fresno liveries, having these vehicle devs that are well known use Fresno liveries as their sales, on their website and stuff. And so like to me, it's so funny to me because here's this little county in Central California that nobody really knew anything about. And then 2 years later in Silver Lining Roleplay, here we are just making that take over a lot of different things, which I think is cool. I mean, it gives us the to all of the people that are out there that have put content out for Silver Lining, it's definitely shown that the community has seen us out there and that they like the style that we have. So I just think it's funny.
Logo. Remember, there's a server out there.
Oh yeah,
that actually took the Silver Lining logo.
Dude.
Yeah,
They airbrushed Silver Lining out of it, and they put their name in it. Everything else in the logo is exactly. I forgot what server it was.
Yeah, I can't remember, and and I know that was built specifically by Pig for us. So, that was the
logo. So Pig designed the logo.
Yeah.
Yep. That was one thing. Somebody sent it to me, and then I sent it to Mark, and I thought it was just fucking hilarious on how you could literally see where they airbrushed Silver Lining out of it and put in their server name. And
I think it was me that sent it to you, Geoffrey, because I do remember that.
It might have been.
I do remember.
I love the FPIU Mamba. Love it. I think the 2020, it's fast. I think it looks good. I love it. I'm a big fan of the FPIU and the 18 Chargers, but the 14s are good too. The 14s are good.
The 14s do their job. I mean,
I've taken a break from the 14 for a little bit. I've been rocking the Tahoe and the FPIU.
The one car that doesn't get a lot of love in our server, and I get it why, is that F-150. And it's that poor F-150. But that's why we give it to the Deputy Ones, because I know that that's the only way that I'll ever see one out there. It's so funny because like it's to me, like that was one of the coolest vehicles that we had, like, because you don't see those in a lot of other servers.
True.
But that's something that they use here all the time. It's just kind of entertaining that everybody hates that F-150. So there you go, Sal, in your chat. He knows they actually use them. Yeah, exactly. So
he says the F-150s are dope. Well, Sal, you should rock it next time. Me and Sal, actually, we got in trouble the other day. Sal was, y'all know the whole inside joke between Sal and I, and we were on patrol one day, and I'm driving, and I was behind Sal. Now, usually, if we're just passing each other up, we might go on shouting where only us can hear it, and might go as we're driving. Well, I was behind Sal, and Sal did it, but he didn't realize he was hot micing.
Oh my god!
So here's Sal on the hot mic going and and I was like, oh man, he just did that on the radio. I don't think he knows he did it on the radio. So I went to go do it back. I even switched my shit to shouting. What do? I hit my fucking
do it on the radio button.
Yep. And I was like,
You hot mic'd it too?
I hot mic'd it too. All of a sudden, Patrick gets on. He goes, hey, last unit that said, we heard you. Like, oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Whoops. Moon Demon, fuck that 12-month membership says, I remember CJ hot mic'd. He goes, that's CJ Farms again. And dispatch goes, hot mic. And then CJ was like, oh, I did it again.
And I was on the hot mic again.
Hot mic'd again. Or when Maddie was hot mic, that was the funniest.
That was by far the best.
Oh, dude, he explained what hot mic.
And then he's like, oh, hot mic, what's that? That's when somebody has their mic on the whole time, and then like you're just sitting there going, God, please.
Oh, that's when somebody's sitting on the radio and don't know it, and he's saying this like as he's
pushing the button.
Yeah.
Wow, you made that much money? Wow. Cool.
I use the mini keyboard on the bottom of my
yeah.
controller, so which I use the 0 for my in-game chat, and then the 9 is for my Discord chat, and the 8 is for my TeamSpeak chat. So it's like every
so you
I've got it right there at my thumb tip. Like it's right there at my thumb tip. So And I mean, I've got them hotkeyed in my Stream Deck too, so I
have it in my pedals. I have it in my pedals. And I don't know.
See, I thought about doing that for SLRP. I've got my pedals set up for LSPFR, but yeah, that's how I got my setup. Is so my thumb is like right there. All three of them are right there, and I can feel them, and so I know which one is which.
I love that keyboard.
See, I would hit the wrong one. I have mine separated across mine where like C is my push to talk in game, and I do keyboard, and I have like the mouse wheel is my TeamSpeak and stuff like that. So I have things so separated so that I try not to have that.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Yeah,
because it forces me to be like, okay, which hand am I going to use to do this next motion on? But yeah,
I'll be honest.
Sheriff is back.
I'll be honest with mine. I have it set up the same way that Geoffrey does. You know, the left-hand side of my pedals is for in-game voice chat, and the right-hand side is for TeamSpeak. Now, I will say there has been times where I've almost hot mic'd, but I've figured out over the time of LEO and FD and everything that I hear like the mic click, and then I like kind of listen to it. And then when I hear the mic click, I'm like, oh shit, that was me. And so I don't actually say anything. But...
no leftovers, Nicholas. Leftovers it's canceled. That show's done.
There's no leftovers. We just eat it all here.
Yeah, it's all. Yeah, we just eat it all right here. Kidding me? It just look like a body that's got leftovers, bro. I know, Zeno. He is pretty good with the keyboard. Your keyboard drive. It's pretty good at it.
I try. I mean, that's how I fly the helicopter, and I do everything. It's all keyboarded. So,
do I have perms to fly the helicopter on my own yet, or no? You still want?
I don't know. I'm still waiting for that check to clear.
Oh, right. No comment. You should have said
no. Well, hey, you want to ask me in front of everybody a question like that? I'm going to be honest right back out there. Hey, yeah, you try to shit on me, I'm going to shit right back.
Actually, you're not even going to fly with me no more. Like that's how that goes.
Hold on. Let me text the publicist and have them remove you from the air. All right, hold on. There we go.
Oh, man. Definitely could have used it last night with those fucking dirt bikes. And I was like, you know what, Nicholas, I don't think I'm able to fly Eagle 1 on my own yet. I'm still getting in it with give him a formal oral exam. Oh, Jesus.
No, he's not talking like that, Geoffrey. Why do you gotta always take things sexually?
A formal oral exam. Well,
okay, because the oral and the practical is actually part of the PCS standards for the pilot certificate.
Yeah,
so
I knew that.
Yeah, I know. I totally know you knew that. Exactly, because your head wasn't in a gutter. Jesus Christ, you sick bastard.
Oh, man. Oh, look at that. It's almost 7 o'clock. Right now, I can feel myself.
I know, you get all nervous. And I'm like, oh.
Jesus. Our Buffalo Bills won today. What a fucking game that was. They started off so sketchy. Josh Allen, first play of the game, interception. Oh, dude almost ran it back. And it seemed like it was a rough, doomed game from the beginning. And they pulled it off. They got the win.
What's up, Ghost? How you doing, man?
Yeah.
I had this
What's
conversation
going on,
with
brother?
Jeffrey
How you doing, brother?
But I was
we're about to
saying
wrap it up
if they
here,
would have
guys.
blown that game out as what it looked like, I was totally going to reschedule. I was going to be like, hey,
a lot of
look,
work to get done. CJ Farms content, criminal justice content.
I was like, I don't want to be on this show.
Got a lot of work to get done tonight, guys. I'll be up pretty late, probably.
Just the whole time, just asking our questions. Like, so what the fuck do you want from SLRP?
But I appreciate y'all being here, man.
Whatever.
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
Paperwork on the desk.
I appreciate y'all being here. Make sure y'all go sub to my second channel.
I wish it
and
didn't
share this video
like that, but
when
they
I appreciate you guys, man. Love y'all with all my heart, man. I really do. And the talk we had earlier, guys. For those that didn't hear it, go back.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some changes made to the main channel here.
You know, like being a football fan and stuff.
Not drastic
that's the one thing that's really tough for me. Is that you have a whole week of just like
go back about midway of the video, you'll hear what I had to say.
Like death and carnage has happened. We've blown the game, and I have to wait a whole week to see it. Like at least with basketball or something like that. Like I'm a big basketball fan. Like at least I know, like, hey, tomorrow there's another game. Like It's gonna,
Yeah, true.
like it's gonna reset this thing. We might suck just as bad tomorrow night, but you know what? There's another game tomorrow to make me either feel worse or feel better. So, where football, it's just like, to me, it's just that waiting game of the next week is so rough.
It
and then
really is.
And then you basically, you're only having that one game a week. So somebody like me that works all the time, like then you might miss the game, like for your team, and then, like, it's a rough sport to be a fan of. I'll be honest with that.
Oh, now you're in timeout, Jay Gunner. That'll be the last time you say Boo Bills.
Yeah, they said the same thing in mine.
I will time you out. But usually I'm over it. Usually I'm over a loss by like Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe. But that Dolphins one.
Well, you're just so used to losing all the time. So
yeah. Well, Brian says so. You must have been depressed for the last 20 years. It's like no, because after year 4, you just expect it. You know what I mean?
I'm a Sacramento Kings basketball fan, and now we hold the record for the longest playoff drought in professional sports history. So I'm right there with you. So
there you go.
Like, hey, it is what it is. But when you got a team, you got to be true to it. I can't stand bandwagon fans. Like, I can't stand fans that are just like, oh my God, like the Lakers are cool, or the Patriots, they're great,
Brady
or
went to
exactly,
Tampa.
yeah. All of a sudden, everybody's a Tampa Bay fan. I'm like, where were you the past 10 years? Like, outside of John Gruden's time, where were you? And so,
you could be a Brady fan. I know people that they still
player specific.
Yeah. Like they're still Patriots fans, but they still love Tom Brady. You know what I mean?
Right. But I still think that, like, but if you like the best player, like, isn't that kind of like a bandwagon fan? Like, in a sense, like, isn't, because you're just, of course, he's great. He's amazing. Like, okay, like, but what are, that you're going to get that every single almost time from him. Like, people that are fans of those mediocre players that stick with them or whatever, those are, to me, like, whether it be they watched him in college and then they followed him into pro sports or like him because they're from their hometown. Like those to me, those are more special. But
yeah, I 100% I agree. Hey, what's up, Zach? How you doing? Tom Brady is a traitor. He is. Tom Brady is a traitor.
So who's doing the outro?
I
know I did it last time.
CJ's. I think it's CJ's turn.
Is it my turn?
I think it's your turn to.
Yeah.
Before he takes us out, Mark, do you want to say anything?
I just want to say thank you. Yeah, 86753. But I want to say that thank you guys for having me on this show. I really appreciate all the support that everybody has given my channel, and they should be giving it to your guys' channel just as much. The community to me is such an important thing, and just having the friendships that we grow over the years. And again, just thank you guys so much and for having me here.
Yeah, it was fun, and he is linked down below, so go check out Mad Doc. He's probably I'm sure he's in Cookies and CJ's description as well.
Yep, he's at the very top. All right, guys and girls, that's going to do it for this episode of Meet the Gamers. Again, Mad Doc is linked at the very top of the description, guys and girls. Game of Cookies and Geoffrey Gamer is down in my YouTube brothers. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all have an amazing night, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Guys and girls,
bye-bye.
See you guys.
See ya.
See.